Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Gino and I'm super excited to have you here today. So fall has finally arrived, the weather has become nice and chilly, the leaves are starting to change colors, and it is just one of my all-time favorite seasons, simply because there's so much comfort in fall. So today I wanted to show you guys a very simple caramel apple pie recipe. It's only a few ingredients, takes a little bit of time, but the end result is amazing. If you are new to this channel, and if you'd like to show some support, you can hit the subscribe and the notification bell so you can be reminded of whenever I post a new baking, cooking video. You will need 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, a third of a cup of water, approximately 7 to 8 apples, 3 tablespoons of lemon juice, 2 tablespoons of ground cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1 cup of packed brown sugar, and some pie crusts. I actually made this pie crust, and I will leave a link down below to a video in which I show you how to make a simple pie crust. Alright, so to begin, we first want to peel the skins off of our apples, and then we want to dice them into small pieces. I swear, whenever I'm peeling apples, the skin just flies all over my countertop. I try to not be messy, but still happens. Alright, so once you peeled your apple, I'm just going to use an apple corer just to cut it and make this process a little bit easier. And then using a knife, I'm just going to cut it. Once done, you want to just add it into a bowl. And then you want to add a little bit of lemon juice over the apples just to ensure that they do not turn brown. Just cut into it. And then I like to squeeze lemon side up just so the seeds don't fall into the apples. Because nobody wants to eat a seed, right? Okay, so just toss it around and it should prevent them from turning brown. I'm going to repeat the process for the rest of the apples. When making apple pie, they ask me which kind of apple is the best to use for baking. And honestly, I always say that it's really up to you. So it really depends on what kind of apples you like eating as a snack or on a regular basis. So if you really like tart apples like a Granny Smith, then obviously try to use that. If you like Honeycrisp or Fiji, then go for that. I am today using a Jonathan apple just because it has a nice balance of tart and sweet. But yeah, so basically use whichever apple. I know one of the most popular ones is the Honeycrisp apple that's really used. So yeah. This combination of apples and lemon is smelling delicious. One of the reasons I love fall so much is because there's so many apple desserts that come out during the season, and I feel like apple desserts are like one of my favorite desserts of all time. I love apple pie, apple strudels, apple turnovers are really one of my favorites with extra frosting on top. Apple crisp. Woo! So now that our apples are all diced up, it is time to create our caramel mixture. So in a separate bowl, you want to add 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, all of your brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of your ground cinnamon, and 1 teaspoon of nutmeg. That nutmeg smells amazing. Then you just sort of want to whisk everything together. I know I'm not using a whisk. But you just want all of these ingredients to be well incorporated with one another. And let me tell you, that nutmeg is strong. It smells delicious. At this point, you want to add all of your apples into a pot over high heat. And your third of a cup of water. We're gonna cook this for about 8 minutes on high heat. Note that some of the apples will become very mushy like applesauce, but a lot of the apples will still retain their shape. Alright, so it's been about 7 to 8 minutes, You can see how some of the apples are turning a little bit mushy and others have kept their shape. So at this point, you want to add your dry mixture, which had your nutmeg, your cinnamon, your brown sugar, and your cornstarch. You want to add the entire thing into your pot. Then you just want to mix this for another couple minutes until a caramel sauce starts to form. It'll start to thicken under the high heat. As you can see now, it's already starting to form. We're just gonna cook this for a couple minutes until it thickens up. Oh my gosh, this smells good! Alright, so our apple pie filling is off to the side so we can let it cool for a few minutes. And then we're gonna start working on our decorations to top our pie. Can you guys believe that it's been a year since I started this channel? And guess what? A year later, we're making apple pie again. Alright, so I already rolled out some dough and placed it into my pie pan, and I cut around the edges to make sure that it was nice and even around the edges. Now I'm gonna roll out some more pie crust, and I want it to be pretty thin, so about 1/4 of an inch in thickness. I floured my pie dough and my counters so it doesn't stick. Remember, if you guys want the recipe to the pie crust, I will leave a link down below to my very second video ever created on this channel, which was an apple pie video. I'm hoping that the quality is a lot better now, a year later. I actually found these at Michael's. These are little acorn and leaf stamps that you can use to cut out cookies, or you can cut out fondants using them. And I thought, why not use them to cut out pie crusts? So all you want to do is press down, and voila. It sticks there, just push it back out. And there you go, your little acorn. Isn't this cute? I'll show you guys the leaf one as well. There is our leaf. I think these are such great tools for decorating pies. It's super simple, and if you're not an artist, like I'm not an artist, these create beautiful masterpieces without the effort. Another technique that I want to show you guys before we finish up our pie is the braiding technique. So what you want to do is take 3 strands that are about the size of fettuccine noodles. You want to tie them or pinch them at the ends. Then you want to make a braid. So basically you want to take the middle strand, put it over one, take your middle strand again, put it over another one, take your middle strand again, place it over this one, and just keep going back and forth until your braid is complete. Then just pinch it at the end again, and then I'm going to unpinch it at the top. And there's our braid. At this point, all of our decorations are ready to go, and our apple pie filling has had plenty of time to sit and cool. So now we are just going to pour all of it into our pie crust pan. You see how thick the sauce has become? Just spread it around your pan. At this point, you also want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. So first, we're gonna add our braids around the edge of the pie crust. Just like that. Repeat for the second one. And then we'll do a third one just to finish it off. Awesome, and at this point you can decorate with your acorns and your little leaves. Well, there we have it. Our apple pie is finished and ready to go. It is nicely decorated with our leaves and our acorns. This will bake in the oven for about an hour, And you want to make sure when you first place it into the oven that you cover it with some tin foil in order to prevent the top layer of the pie crust from burning. During the last 10 or so minutes, you want to remove the foil and then just bake it until it is a nice golden brown color. Thank you guys for joining me once again on Frosting Farts. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video and that you give this recipe a try so that you can please your friends, families, and colleagues. As always, remember to keep things simple yet elegant. And if you enjoyed today's content, please show some support by hitting the subscribe and the notification bell so you can be reminded of whenever I post a new video. Thank you guys for joining me, and I will see you in the next episode.